Coming up, U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers host a cash card distribution to help San Jose flood victims rebuild their lives. Are paper bag production methods eco-friendly, and what is the best way to save our resources? Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Shioda. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in the United States. In San Jose, California, after a devastating flood in mid-February, many victims are struggling to rebuild. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers went to a local assistance center and offered cash cards to help the community. In total, 354 families were given money based on their needs to assist them during this difficult time.
In mid-February, San Jose, California in the USA faced the worst flooding it has seen in the past century. Now, disaster victims are facing a difficult recovery, and many will need to find new homes or rebuild their old ones. At a local assistance shelter, Tzu Chi provided flood victims with cash cards to help.
I think what you guys do for the community, how you guys step up and advocate for not just one race, but for a race in general, is very, very nice. Just jump right in, you know what I'm saying, and lead your support, lead your hand with no reservation. It's a big thing.
Okay, I wish you good luck.
Thank you very much.
We received Tzu Chi's cash card today. I want to save the money to buy a second-hand car for my wife to replace the one that was damaged in the flood.
I'm 高兴，很高兴，还有谢谢，就是被难的时候有这笔钱，也就帮助。
That was the most scariest day of my life. I lost everything. I had to put my dog in a pound. Now I'm looking for a place to live, which is not easy. You feel so much love when you walk in here, and they help me, and they're helping all the flood victims. If anybody went through what I went through, come here. There's a lot of love and a lot of compassion here, and I'm so grateful.
Next, we'll visit South Africa, where Tzu Chi volunteers remain dedicated to spreading the Dharma of Buddhism and the love in their communities. Recently, volunteers from Durban made a 400-kilometer trip to Quimbu to teach residents about Tzu Chi and to visit several care recipients.
The joyful singing of these residents brings warmth to this small meeting space. Volunteers from Durban, South Africa have traveled nearly 400 kilometers to Chumbu in order to spread the Dharma and talk about Tzu Chi's mission with these residents. In addition to teaching others about Buddhism, these volunteers are also dedicated to spreading love and helping those in need. In this small village, there are many women who are bedridden because of various health problems. Some of them have heart disease, while some are suffering from diabetes and other diseases. Some care recipients share their troubles with volunteers.
I ask myself, why is it at 72 years old that I have to suffer so much? I feel like I just have to keep on forcing myself to face the long road ahead.
As they say, love is the best medicine for the soul.
You can pray at any time. When you go to bed, you can put this envelope of blessings under the pillow. It will help you sleep safe and sound.
Lulama's heart has been set at ease after receiving the love of Tzu Chi volunteers.
Seeing so many people come to look after me, I am so moved and I am so surprised.
Like sunlight shining into a dark space, these volunteers are spreading the Dharma and looking after the physical health of those in need in South Africa.
Tima visits the Genesis Social Welfare Foundation on a regular basis to take care of some PVS patients' teeth. Surprisingly, though, this time, not all of the dentists were there to do dental work.
7 people are there to help scale teeth for just 1 person. These extra hands are needed to help ease the patient's fear. Dr. Chen Guangrong, who is a team member, wears a Tzu Chi volunteer uniform today to provide help to this team.
If a machine suddenly breaks down at the free clinic, we can repair it immediately. This is our responsibility, so I don't feel it's a sacrifice for me.
If the tartar from PVS patients is too big, it will block our machine and cause problems, and the patients will potentially choke.
Worrying the patients will swallow saliva after scaling, volunteers made improvements to these suction machines. There is also a father-son pair among the team. Dr. Huang Binyang wants to use this as a birthday present for his son.
When he heard about a free clinic, he said it was fine with him, as he wanted to know what date it would be so he could schedule it. So I'm curious about what went through his mind. I would like to hear it.
I'm happy because I can help those who need it.
Their combined efforts, wisdom, and dedication brought this free clinic to a perfect ending.
In Taiwan, many family members would rather have their loved ones at home rather than spending their last days in a hospital. For these families, Tzu Chi Hospital doctors and nurses provide not only medical support and knowledge, but also assistance to the families, allowing them to deal with the very emotional experience of caring for their loved ones and making them comfortable in the last days of their lives.
Mr. Du is suffering in the final stages of prostate cancer. He has to deal with long periods of immobility as well as his large wound around his buttocks. Medical staff at the Tzu Chi Hospital in Taichung have taught his family members how to change his wounds dressings so that he could leave the hospital and stay in his own home.
He is always throwing up and spitting things up, so his feeding tube always needs to be reinserted. So we are always calling for the specialists, whether it is 11 o'clock at night or early in the morning. They always say it is okay, and they try to comfort me.
It's really difficult for the wife. She has to show a lot of courage to take care of him. Since then, she has been studying various skills to care for him.
Caring for patients at the end of their lives can cause a great deal of stress and heartache for patients and their families. This patient was diagnosed with ovarian cancer 2 years ago. Her children were sad to see her spend her last days in a hospital and decided they would rather care for her at home.
It really feels like we have someone there for us, some support when we need it. It puts us at ease. It helps us have peace of mind.
Currently, the hospice care and support services are offered by the National Health Insurance. For those with terminal cancer and those suffering from heart disease, mental problems, diseases of the lung, liver, or kidneys, as well as those dealing with other organ failures, are covered.
The first thing we want to do is to help the family cope. After their hearts are at ease, they can better look after the physical body of their family member.
Together, these medical professionals and family members are helping their loved ones find comfort and love until their last moments. These doctors and nurses also help these families stay positive as they cope with losing the ones they love.
While plastic bags are not environmentally friendly, some believe that paper bags may be no better. Researchers are using life cycle assessment methods to look at the use of raw materials, production process, usage, and even the impact of such products when discarded into the environment. The method is helping us to learn the true cost of such items. The result is that despite the product, whether it is paper, plastic, or even cloth bags, raw material usage and production have the same major impact, making recycling and reusing of any type of bag the best way to reduce the burden on our natural environment.
Early in the morning, this traditional market is quite busy with everyone here buying vegetables.
If she's going to cook it today, I'll simply package it like this, which saves 2 or 3 plastic bags.
This stall is different from others as it uses paper packaging.
Actually, it's mainly because of the shape. If we can use paper, then we definitely try to use paper.
Environmental awareness is starting to take root, and in these traditional markets, some 50% of the public choose reusable bags, an indicator that many housewives have already changed their attitude towards plastic bags.
I will wash it and then let it dry and then come back and use it again.
When did I start wrapping things in paper? I think it's because I saw that we were using too many plastic bags and I really felt bad. Then I came across this wrapping paper and thought since customers are going green and I felt bad about using so many plastic bags, I thought I would just try it. After the customers pick out their items, I wrap them up individually and put them in one big bag. I feel my customers welcome this change.
The cost of wrapping paper is just $30 per month. More important is its ability to save some 20 to 30% of the number of plastic bags used. While her intentions may be worthy of praise, is this practice actually more environmentally friendly?
Studies have found that paper bags in the production process consume more water than plastic bags, and transportation costs are also higher because they are also heavier. Also, paper bags are not suitable for repeated use, so I think it should not be a substitute for plastic bags.
Paper bags, plastic bags, reusable bags, in the end, which ones are the most environmentally friendly? The academic community has set out to research this issue through different methods.
This is a life cycle assessment software to evaluate the environmental impact of different bags. We have set it up to calculate different results, which can be divided into 3 categories. One is health, the other is the impact on the environment, and the last is the consumption of resources.
This so-called life cycle study refers to an item being researched all the way from raw material mining, production, transport, use, and the final stage, which is the impact of the waste caused by the product. The academic community's research into plastic bags versus paper bags may surprise some people.
No matter what kind of bag it is, acquiring the raw materials and its manufacture, these 2 stages account for about 90% of the environmental impact. From this perspective, we can say that cloth, paper, and plastic bags are all the same. The biggest environmental impact comes from the initial 2 stages of production.
Researchers point out that plastic bags are made from petrochemicals, while paper bags are made from natural materials, with both production processes requiring a great deal of energy. Paper bags may be easier to handle when discarded, but in the production stage, they consume some 20 times the amount of water and require 4 times the energy consumption. In other words, if humans cannot get rid of the bad habit of using bags just one time, the rapid depletion of the Earth's resources will not be easily solved.
The solution is that we have to do some of the changes to our economy, including how we produce these items. The issues aren't just associated with the material itself, but overall structural problems associated with our economy.
The debate over plastic or paper bags may continue, but in fact the answer to cutting down on waste should involve changing consumer habits and encouraging more recycling and reuse.
In 1999, a major earthquake on September 21st shattered many schools in central Taiwan. Tzu Chi rebuilt the schools so that students could return to their education. Recently, the graduating class of the new school building of Beigang Elementary visited the Jingso Boat to express their gratitude to Master Zhen Yan.
Never belittle yourself because you have unlimited potential. Life also has unlimited potential.
These children from Beigang Elementary School in Nantou County came to visit Jingsi Abode, where they learned about their unlimited potential and were taught not to delay in doing good deeds.
To be filial to your parents is to have patience, sincerity, and to ease your parents' minds. You must be kind and make them satisfied with your deeds. Is it easy? Yes, it is. For 24 hours a day, try to make them smile with your deeds.
The earthquake on September 21, 1999, destroyed much of Beigang Elementary School. Then Tzu Chi rebuilt the school. It's been 16 years since the completion of the new school. The principal now recently expressed appreciation once again to Master Zheng Yan.
我们踩着感恩的路，踩着我们。
We follow the path of gratitude and love and care from Tzu Chi. We came today and want to thank the Master and all Tzu Chi volunteers for your help at the Beigang Elementary School.
对于北港国小的帮忙。
These students donate their coin bags to help Syrian children and have made their trip to Hualien very meaningful because of their love.
In Taichung, a female police officer does not let her tough police duties keep her from having a heart of gold. Even though she works hard to protect society, during her days off, she tags along with Tzu Chi volunteers to visit the disadvantaged and the poor in the community. She feels very grateful for the opportunity to give, as it gives her appreciate her blessings even more.
Putting on her bulletproof vest before going on patrol, Hong Mei-jun is stationed at the Beitun Police Department in Taichung.
538、531呼叫，有早晚班、夜班、午班、早班。
We have shifts of all hours, so sometimes it takes a toll on the body.
At work, she's a tough and serious police officer. Yet after work,
阿三，这个银号吧。
she is friendly and caring and looking after the disadvantaged.
身體健康上重要啦。係啊，我都真感恩大家安尼。
安尼天氣冷，先休困。
係啊，
真好，路頭路尾啊，當着拢會叫會問哦。哦，然後問看問好有沒有最近好不好？
看他這樣就好像看到。
Seeing her is like seeing my own grandmother, so I feel whatever I could do, I want to help.
就做這樣。
In the eyes of her supervisor, Hong is a hard worker and a compassionate person.
When she discovers disadvantaged people during her home visits, she will report them to authorities to help the family get through difficult times.
Putting away her tough attitude, Hong's love and care is deeply felt by these seniors. Hong says she not only wants to catch bad guys, but also learn to love people.
In our next report, we'll hear from a Chinese medicine practitioner on the health benefits of broccoli, especially the positive effect this vegetable can have in treating the liver. Hopefully, all of you out there enjoy broccoli, but after our report, you'll have one more reason to eat this delicious vegetable.
There is an old saying that if the liver is healthy, a person's life will also be colorful. True to the saying, caring for the liver is an important part of keeping healthy. Many people may not know which food is good for the liver, and the answer is broccoli.
在肝的切面内面的地方。
We can see when we look at the interior of the liver that besides the exterior portion of tissue filled with arteries and veins, the interior portion is all filled with microvascular stalks, which kind of resemble the little buds on the stalk of broccoli. If you look really closely, they actually resemble each other a lot.
In Chinese medicine, the 5 elements correspond to various organs of the body and their functions, as well as to the seasons of the year and various colors. In the case of the liver, it corresponds to spring and to the color green. That's why a food like broccoli makes for a perfect complement.
If we are talking specifically about the liver, we think the green color of broccoli is more beneficial than the white of cauliflower. But for patients with kidney problems, we suggest them to eat appropriate amount of green broccoli because it has a higher concentration of potassium than the white plant.
Additionally, broccoli is naturally rich in anti-inflammatories and an excellent choice for preventing cancer and treating liver inflammation.
There was recently research conducted in the U.S. where they used broccoli in the treatment of patients with hepatitis and liver disease, and the results were very positive.
For cancer patients, we urge them not to eat uncooked vegetables. So to make sure people get their nutrients from plants like broccoli, we recommend boiling it lightly at a low heat and adding a bit of sauce to preserve moisture. This will limit excess vitamin C loss, and with a bit of oil, we also add flavor.
According to traditional Chinese medicine, the liver is a crucial component in the regulation of qi throughout the human body. Chinese medicine practitioners also claim that by applying pressure to acupuncture points on the legs and feet, qi meridians can also help relieve pressure in the liver. Everyone agrees that taking care of the liver is very important to living a long and healthy life.
Recently in Taiwan, a new sort of cafe has opened up where young entrepreneurs who are just starting out can meet and socialize with others like them so that the path to becoming your own boss is no longer lonely and misguided.
As the investment market in Southeast Asia is gaining momentum, a team of those who have startup companies in Thailand came to share their tips and advice. This place, packed with customers, isn't an ordinary coffee shop, but a new gathering point for entrepreneurs.
At this place, there are many people who are like you, who have ideas about starting up their own business. They might even have a lot of advice and points of view they can share with you, or even help you structure your business model. This is a great platform for startup companies to exchange ideas.
A frequent visitor to the cafe is You-Ya Chen, who began her imaging business a year ago. With her 4-person team, this cafe can stand as her office as well as a client meeting space. Most importantly, she can discover new business opportunities here.
Each day there are different people coming and going, and we can meet people from all walks of life. We can learn about what new ideas and new businesses are out there. And if there are imaging needs, I can provide that service.
None of us have much money, so we can instead exchange our knowledge or labor to help one another. This way, during the startup process, there's a cohesive team to share ideas.
With this sharing platform in place, these young entrepreneurs can find the support they need while they start up their companies.
In Indonesia, 46-year-old Wei Alam started to form a bond with Tzu Chi after he visited Tzu Chi's exhibition at a local mall in Tangerine 3.5 years ago. He later began to participate in Tzu Chi activities, and he also wants to set a good example for his 3 children. He said he has changed his views of life and has obtained a happy life after joining Tzu Chi.
46-year-old Wei Alam sets a good example for his 3 children to follow, as he usually takes them to the recycling.
First of all, we should start from the family, and then we can take action to do other activities. Through the act of giving, we can help those in need.
3.5 years ago, Wei Alam started to participate in Tzu Chi activities, such as home visits, medical clinics, and recycling work. He'd also accompany his children to attend moral education classes. He has also changed his views of life after reading Master Zheng Yan's books. After adjusting his working hours to spend more time volunteering, he feels less stress.
Tegang, dan setelah ikut Tzu Chi mungkin.
Before he joined Tzu Chi, he felt stressed easily. But after entering Tzu Chi and listening to Master Zheng Yan's teachings, his whole body felt relaxed all over. Now he's not as nervous as before, and he doesn't lose his temper easily.
Wei Alam started to form a bond with Tzu Chi because he was attracted by Tzu Chi's humanitarianism. Though he's always busy with Tzu Chi activities, he thinks his greatest benefits of this work is a happy life.
At the end of the program, we catch up with Wu Xiaodong from Shanghai, China, who is at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital to get treatment for his Parkinson's. After surgery and much rehabilitation, Wu is doing well and even walking on his own. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us today. Have a good weekend.